This is Eric Muathe from Muathe.com. In this quick video, we're going to be taking a look at picking future breakout levels and the options that are available in most charts. So let's take a look at an example here. It's a stock that I've been looking at for a potential breakout. So let's say you already missed this breakout on the weekly. So we can say from a weekly time frame, the stock recently broke out. Actually, is breaking out this week here. Last week, it did attempt to break out, but did not close above the prior weekly closing high. So let me take that off. You can see that the close last week is here, while the previous weekly closing high is right here. So last week was not a breakout. It was a failed breakout attempt. But we see this week it is opening the week, today being a Monday, with a gap up and a breakout. So let's say you missed that breakout level, and that breakout level is at about, in this example, 4.8, give or take, which is this weekly closing high. And let's say you don't want to chase it. Now, I should preface by saying that on the monthly chart, now this is a weekly chart, so let's get that clear. This is a weekly. Now, what you can do is take a look at the monthly chart for the next potential entry level. Now, keep in mind, the stock does meet the minimum requirements, so that's always important. And we want to make sure that the stock meets the minimum requirement, and in this particular instant, it is breaking out to 3-year highs on the RSI. And this is just the minimum. It's a requirement for quality breakouts. And of course, the other MACD is not a necessary requirement, because you need only one of the MACDs. And this is my method, which I call the ultimate Muathe Breakout. Links are in the description. All right. So let's say you missed that weekly breakout. So now you're trying to determine what is the next breakout. Now, the initial area one would consider is this recent, I guess not recent, but 2019 monthly closing high. That levels happens to be at 6.09. So we could say that's the next breakout level. You can wait to see whether the stock breaks out, and let's say it goes sideways before eventually moving above that area. That would be a breakout above 6.09. So that's one option. But here's what I want to discuss in this video is actually you can consider this monthly closing high as the next breakout level, even though it is lower. And this monthly closing high from middle of 2018 happens to be at 5.77. So of course, this, in my opinion, is more desirable because it is well before this breakout here. The reason why I would say this one is legit is if you draw the line here, you'll understand now that there was actually a breakout attempt in 2019 here that ultimately failed here. Even though it closed and broke out on a monthly time frame at 609, but ultimately that breakout failed. So we can say the breakout attempt was an attempt to move above this 5.77 monthly closing high that failed. So actually what we can do is bring back this breakout level. Having previously been unsuccessful in its attempt to move above it, we can now still consider 5.77 as a legitimate breakout level for this instrument. And that's the point for this video, which in summary is as follows. So let's take a closing high, let's call that X. And then we have a breakout attempt. So let's say we go above it and fail, which gives us a fresh higher breakout level. What I'm saying is, and let's call this X plus. What I'm saying is, in the future, in my opinion, any breakout attempt should first and foremost be successful relative to the prior breakout, which was here, X. So even though most of our understanding is we should use X plus as the next breakout level, but what I'm trying to say here is actually we should consider the validity and the reason why we should use this X level as the next breakout level, because this breakout level was never successfully taken out. So in other words, it's increasing your chances to own the instrument before the higher breakout level, which would be X plus. Something for food for thought. In other words, prior breakout levels can be valid if you can justify their use in the future. I trust that my explanation was making sense and does make sense. Eric Muathe, Muathe.com. Love, light, love. Namaste.